So, a couple months ago, I was over here at Motec Performance and they were becoming AC Schnitzer UK, which means they are the main distributors for anything AC Schnitzer based. And in front of us, we have an AC Schnitzer UK demo car. And as you can see from the plate, look at that. Hello, ACS. Now, the reason why I'm excited is because this isn't just a standard 4 Series. This is number one, a B58, it's a 440i. And of course, it's got the AC Schnitzer goodies on it. And of course, it's a Grand Coupe. Look at that. Not a normal 4 Series, which normally comes in 2-door. It's a 5-door with a humongous boot. And as mentioned, there are some serious goodies on it. So I'm going to have to call in some serious professional help to let me know what's on this car, because it looks lovely. Here we have Alex. How you doing, mate?
Good, mate. How are you?
Not too bad, not too bad. So as mentioned, I haven't got a clue about this car in terms of parts. I know it's a B58, bloody blah.
So on the front of the car, AC Schnitzer do a really good job of making an OEM plus feel.
Sure.
So we start with the design elements. Now these are actually painted body color. They come in a primed finish, so it doesn't matter what color car you can have them tailored to suit. They do the gloss front splitter. Now you can opt to have it in a matte textured finish, or you can have it painted gloss black.
Sure.
They do the front canards. These are a really nice addition to the car. Just gives it a bit of aggression and style. And then we've also added the decor pack, which consists of the front canards on this car.
And these wheels, by the way, what size is that? Is that a...
So they're 20-inch front and rear.
Okay.
This is their AC1 wheel in an anthracite finish. The nice thing about AC Schnitzer is there is really no limit as to how you tailor the build. So their parts consist of the carbon fiber spoiler on the rear. Again, we've got more canards just to give aggressive finishes to the car. We've had this whole rear diffuser section painted in body color just to help tie it all in, because you've got a lot of blacks like the bumper protection strip that they offer, which is a smart part, but it just helps break the car up. This car itself actually has the AC Schnitzer quad sports exhaust on it.
Yes.
Just gives it a bit more sound. They
say,
do come a bit numb from factory.
I've heard that when you do put an AC Schnitzer tuning box on it, it also comes with an engine warranty. Is that
correct? So when you
normal.
put an AC Schnitzer performance upgrade on the car, not only are they in-house developed, so it's completely safe within tolerances, there's some really cool specifications to the box. Like, for example, it has so many sensors built into it, it doesn't actually kick in power-wise until the engine oil reaches 80 degrees. If the box senses that if you're on the car, you're launching it, you're driving in a spirited way, shall we say, and the car realizes it's getting a bit too hot for itself, it'll actually start limiting the power back down to bring the engine temperature back to a reasonable safe space, and then as it comes back down, it will start giving you more power again. And that's what makes it so different to all of these plug and play boxes 100%. That we see. But the performance upgrade on this takes it from 374 brake horsepower up to 420. And it's from 500 Newton meters to 600. So it's that mid push that you get from it that really emphasizes that B58 engine.
So the first thing we need to do is put this thing in Sports Plus, and it is warm. Something to note, on the new G Series, it says cold and hot, so it kind of tells you that the car is cold, in case you don't know how the temperature gauge works. But put it in Sports Plus. Alrighty then. And as mentioned, it won't give you the full beans anyway unless the car is warm, and the car is warm. So let's just whack it into manual, because we prefer manual, and the X-Drive and the ZF gearbox, wow, it's got to be one of the best combinations known to humankind. And I've got to say, these paddles from AC Schnitzer, they feel so sharp in your hand, almost as if when you got a downshift, ouch, ouchie. But always in a good way. Something we didn't touch on, because I said I wanted to kind of talk about it when I drive, is in fact the suspension. So, of course, AC Schnitzer ain't just going to give you the power and the looks. It also has some AC Schnitzer springs, which work in harmony with a good spring rate with the damper. And I've driven the car for a while in comfort to obviously warm the car up. And again, when we pop it back into comfort on these country lanes, this car feels very limousine-like. Again, it is a GT. It's a Grand Coupe. It's made to do these long miles and take the family in, fill the boot up with luggage and dogs, not at the same time, obviously. And it just does it. it does what it says on the tin. Early doors, only driven it for about 15 miles, and it does what it says on the tin, and you can't complain with that. You cannot beat that. But it's quite cool how AC Schnitzer do this. The looks to say, I am an OEM guy, but I don't spend my time in McDonald's car parks. At the same time, I do like a bit of speed. And again, as mentioned, the little boost in power for a Grand Coupe, not something you're going to take on a racetrack, is more than enough. And I'm living in Sports Plus. Again, it's normally quite an aggressive mode to be in, but where this has got the AC Schnitzer tuning box paired with the exhaust, oh, it's beautiful. Wow. I'm getting loads of feedback through the exhaust, but it's so enjoyable being able to use these paddles and feel how this car is meant to feel. And that's not knocking BMW. You make great cars, guys. You do make great cars. But unfortunately, for someone who's not your average day-to-day driver, it needs a bit more. And again, with the looks and this tuning box, which is the main reason, I'm not gonna lie, the main reason why I wanted to drive this car, it feels so far quite spot on. And something, if you don't know already, is the B58 is gotta be the best engine BMW have made at an affordable price point. I'm not talking about an M engine like the S58 or the S55. I'm talking about an engine that's in the 40i's. And if you ask me, what they decided to use as the base for the S58 paired with a bit of knowledge from the S55, and this engine with this tune feels great. And I've got to say, in sport, the dampers are doing the job, paired with the lowering springs, chucking it in here. No understeer. Again, where it's not a complete coilover, I'm not expecting it to work wonders, but a Grand Coupe weighing what it will weigh, doing what it's doing, it is a bit of a joke. Wow. Wow, wow, woo, wow. So this car, again, is for somebody who's probably got a family who likes to do a lot of road trips, because again, with it being a B58 and the ZF8 speed, you're going to be seeing around 40 mpg easily on a long commute, or long journey rather. If you're not seeing that, change your spark plugs, change your air filter, and change your life, because it's definitely doable. Now, who else would this car be for? It would be for somebody who, I don't know, just wants to look quite unique, because I'm being very honest, I didn't know this car was a thing. I knew there was a 440i because I drove an M440i, but I never knew that there was a 440i Grand Coupe. I thought these things were more a 6 Series thing. I never knew that it was actually something made until I saw it at the AC Schnitzer UK launch, which is Motec UK's main place to distribute, the only place to distribute AC Schnitzer parts. And I saw it and I was like, wow, what is that? So this is quite a unique car because you don't see them often. And to add to that, it's just how easy it does the day-to-day. X-Drive, again, as Alex mentioned, the mild hybrid. So if you do put your foot down from a standing stop, I said to Mike I weren't going to launch it because it's only done about 800 miles. So we're just going to do a normal pull. So waiting for it, waiting for it. Oh, hello, Mother Teresa. Wow. And like I said, the good thing about this setup is it won't destroy your engine. Most people get a B58 straight away. Let's go to NASA. Let's put 700 million, 2.5 millimeters of horsepower into it. No, let's create something that gives the customer a bit more of an edge, a bit more speed, at the same time, give them the confidence that your car isn't going to blow up. We're not going to be putting a stupid amount of horsepower. It's something that the car can take easily without any issues, and it comes with a warranty. That's nuts. That's absolutely absurd. Again, how it just pulls. I know it's X-Drive, but the new ZF setup. You can't beat it. You cannot beat it. And this is a Grand Coupe, and it's doing what it's doing. Yeah, it's a yes from me. Again, one of the most ridiculous bends that I drive on when I come up to Motec. And it handles it. You can see it distributing the torque throughout the wheels. And it's a very, very good package. Looks aside, this car probably wouldn't turn my head. I would just think, oh, there you go. It's a fancy looking 4 Series. I wouldn't think it was the 440i, but with these trick bits on it from AC Schnitzer and this power, yeah, this has potential to get you in trouble. This actually has got 2 maps within the tuning box. One for 95 if you're driving in Wales and the only petrol station you're going to see is owned by a guy his wife is a sheep. That's fine. It will down tune and give you the right amount of power. But then as soon as you leave Wales and you see, I don't know, Tesco 99 or Esso Supreme, you whack that in there, it then says, okay, you are now in the right territory where we can give you the full beans. And it will give you the full beans. I'm not talking about Heinz, I'm talking about those beans right there. Now whacking it back into comfort, steering wheel becomes light. You kind of calm down a bit because I don't know if you notice, when this car goes into sports mode or sports plus, it just gets you on it. It makes you want to go on it. You literally get tons of confidence from the suspension, from the dampers, everything working to make sure the car is nice and settled to drive. And it just makes you want to push harder and harder. Now, day to day, you'd think a B58 on the road with lowering springs is going to be crashy, but take my word for it. Driving around now, look at that. That was a pothole I just went in. That was another pothole. Okay, that second one wasn't a pothole, but you get my idea. Here's one. It just rides it. And this isn't on those 17-inch wheels with, I don't know, 30mm sidewalls. This is on some big boy wheels. And it just rolls through the ends looking like a top guy. Not a bad man, because we ain't got tints and big spoiler touching Jesus's chin. We're talking about a nice, good-looking car that turns into an animal literally at the click of a button. So yes guys, that has been the video on the AC Schnitzer UK demo car, the M440i Gran Coupe, a car that I was very curious from the day that I saw it, and in fact today I got to drive it. And yeah, it does what it says on the tin. It supplies loads of fun with it being the glorious B58. MPG, again, it's known, it can do it. Would I have one of these over, say, a M440i? I'm not too sure, mainly because it's a big car. Not when driving it, just looking at it and probably parking it. So yes guys, if you have enjoyed this video, please smash the thumbs up button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I will see you all beautiful people in the next one. Take care and God bless.